morning and welcome to the Sunday Sunshine Show, brought to you every Sunday at 7:30 from the Transatlantic Housewives of YouTube. And that is Tina from Tina's Talk Time, Maria from Maria Crocker, and myself, Busy Bee Marie. But this week we've got a special guest, and that's Becky from Becky Bartlam. I have included all channels in my description box, so all you have to do is tap on their names and it will take you to their video for this week. Now, some of you may or may not know that Becky is actually Maria's daughter. She has her own channel, so please go over and subscribe and support her channel. So today's video is actually a TikTok challenge, and the challenge is to do your makeup in the style of the year that you were born. Now, I was born in 1969. I didn't have a clue what that makeup was like, so I had to Google it. So let's jump into the video. So the first thing, let's just clip my hair up. There we go. The first thing is they used matte foundation, and back in the 1960s they preferred to use powder foundation. And as a child, I do remember my mum using a little powder compact, and it had like a little mirror. It was really a cute little case. But my mum didn't wear makeup on a day-to-day basis. She only put it on if she was going somewhere fancy, and she didn't go out that often either, so she didn't wear makeup very often at all. And her go-to was a grey silvery eyeshadow and lipstick. It was like a pinky tone lipstick, but she would use her lipstick as her blusher too. And she would do her makeup in, I would say, probably about a minute. And I do usually put my foundation over my lips, and I do put it over my eyelids too. I'm not sure if they had concealer back then. I don't know if that was a thing. So I'm just going to use a bit of concealer. It didn't mention concealer when I looked it up, so I'm thinking it wasn't a thing back then. Next, I always do my eyebrows. And they had, in the 1960s, they just went with their natural eyebrows. I'm not even sure if they had eyebrow pencils. But because I have thyroid disorder, my eyebrows are really thin. So I am just going to bump them up a bit. I'm not sure what year they decided to start really plucking eyebrows and going really thin. Now, I read in the 60s, they accentuated the eyes and downplayed the lips. So I went through some of my eyeshadows and I thought I'd go for blue. It's not a colour I actually normally go for, but a couple of the pictures that I found on Google, they were using blue. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna play it safe and go with the blue. Does that kind of look evenish? Okay, this is where I get nervous. So I have this blue, so that's quite dark, and they never mentioned whether it was matte eyeshadow or glittery eyeshadow. So I'm a little bit nervous about this. They also said that they used a lot of whites as eyeshadows, because I think this blue is a bit too blue to go over the lid. Maybe I'll mix the two together. So I'll go in with this cream colour first on the lid. So they did an all over type thing. Maybe I should use white. Shall I go for it? Hey, I'm gonna wash it off anyway. I'm not going anywhere today. Oh, yeah, okay. If you could have been alive in any era in time, what era would you like to go back to and visit? I think for me, I only want to go back for a day, but I would like to go back to Elizabethan times. You know, I think I'm going to put a little bit of this blue on just to, oh, yeah. Yeah, I would like to wear an Elizabethan dress just to see how difficult it was to walk in, because I'm sure they were incredibly heavy, but I don't think I would want to stay longer than a day, because I keep thinking about the bathroom situation and wearing one of those dresses. I mean, it was bad enough wearing a wedding dress trying to go pee, but wearing one of those every single day. So that's the blue. So now what they used to do, I wonder how they did this. I've got a smaller brush. I don't know if this is too big, but they would go in with a dark colour here. All right, let's see. they kind of go all out. I'm just tapping it where the bone, you know, the brow bone is. Oh, I feel like I'm starting to look like a clown. And they didn't seem to blend it that much either. Oh, Lord. Oh, I'm not sure about these. Is that really? No. Should I go darker? I don't know if I'm doing this too thick. I think I'm going to stop videoing and just refer to a picture, because surely this isn't right. I don't feel this is right. I'm gonna look up Google. So the picture that I just looked up, they bring the dark color right down into here, and then they don't put anything above, like right. Ooh. Now I'm not sure whether the picture that I'm looking at is a like everyday look, or whether it's like a going out look. This doesn't look right to me. I'm gonna blend it just a little bit. I do not feel confident. And then the girl had really bushy eyebrows, and they did have quite white lids. So let me put some more white on just to see if, I think maybe using a cream eyeshadow might have been better. Oh, that looks better. And then they did eyeshadow underneath quite dark too. So I've got this little brush here. They did really heavy. It was right up into the corner of the eyes. Gosh, I feel like at the end of the day, it looked like I'd have two black eyes. I mean, I'm leaning towards that way now, aren't I? This is quite the challenge. I feel like I'm getting the hang of it now. I'm leaning more towards the 1960s look. It's actually quite time consuming. I wonder if I should do more of a, oh, I don't think that was a good idea. I feel like I've got eyeshadow in my eyeball. I think that's more along the lines of what I saw in the picture, because it was really dark. Mind you, the picture that I was looking at, she was using black on her eyes, not blue. So please tell me if I'm doing this wrong. If you did your makeup in the 60s, and my mum always used to use a little pinky finger to do her makeup. Okay, right, so we'll go with that. Now their lips, they used to use nude or pale pink. I read that Twiggy used to opt for very pale pink. And I do have a nude lipstick. I have a nude one. Sometimes I'll do fuller lips and I'll do an ombre look. So I'll do dark all around the outside, then the medium colour, and then I'll go for this colour right in the centre, and then I'll blend it. But they used to use this colour all over. So, oh Lord, not sure about this. So back then they didn't have highlighters or anything like that. So let's go for a pink blush. Oh, I've got Mary Kay pink blushes, and they're very, very pigmented. It's funny how fashion turns around and repeats itself. I wonder if this will come back in fashion. I don't think this is a thing for me. I read that they applied their mascara really, really thickly, almost to the point where it looked like they had spider lashes. And they used to wear false lashes too. I don't have any false ones, but I'll give this a go. Might need several coats of this. All right, let's do the top. See if I can do it clumpy. I don't think I'm doing this very well. Let me know if this was a day or evening look. I'm trying to put my eyelashes together so they look like, oh, little spiders. Spider legs. Think I'm getting it? That's why I usually stab myself in the eye. I wouldn't use this as a tutorial. If you're going out for a themed party. I've done a hippie party before. That was fun. That was really fun. But I've never dressed up 1960s, I don't think. If I brush them to one side and come back, I think that's more like it. But they had really long lashes at the bottom too. This picture that I saw, I would have ended up with mascara. Oh, here we go. It's a lot of makeup. Mind you, I was a 1980s teenager and we wore a lot of makeup back then too. And hairspray. I had my hair permed, it was massive. My eyebrows aren't right because they had bushier, really natural eyebrows. These are too defined. Let's see about the hair. Right, so a lot of the pictures that I saw, they had like a side sweep. So maybe I could borrow some hair from that side and do like a side sweep. And then they had backcombed their hair, I think quite a bit. So let's just do this. Let's have a look. I did want to mention, if you haven't seen the movie Carry On, or The Carry On, I think it's called, that's a good movie. I think they're going to class it as a Christmas movie just because it starts off at Christmas time and they've got Christmas music playing, but it's more of action movie, which I'm not into action movies, but it was a good movie. Has Justin Bateman in it and I do like him. And then I watched a good series. It was called Missing You. It's a British series. Yeah, that was quite good. I actually watched that over two evenings. I binged watched that. No, I still need to backcomb it, don't I? Good Lord, how? Maybe they had thicker hair back then. I feel like it was more like that in the picture. Let that heat up for a minute. Ah, that's better. Yeah, there we go. Has anyone got any vacations planned for this year? I did just go to Austin for a couple of days and I want to go to Florida this year. And I really, really would love to go on a train vacation. You know, Amtrak, I've been watching a lot of those lately and they just look like so much fun. You know, last time I went to England, I went on a trip from London up to Edinburgh on the train. I think we were on the train for, I think it was 6 hours. It could have been 8 hours. And it went so quick. It was just really relaxing. And I think the motion of the train, you know, when it's just like that slight rocking, really is relaxing. I know a lot of people say that they can't sleep on a train. I think that would send me straight off to sleep, to be honest. Now, the rocking of the boat, I don't like. I did go on a cruise once. It was only like a little 3-day cruise. We left Long Beach, California. Then we went over to this little island, Catalina Island, for the night. And then we sailed down to the top part of Mexico. And yeah, and that was calm seas. So I would like to go on another cruise just to see. But the sea actually wasn't that rough, but that very slight rocking. And I'm trying to think if we had a window in our cabin. Maybe that was the reason, but I remember waking up in the early hours of the morning, like 2 a.m, not feeling at all well. But I would like to do a cruise. I want to get out and about more this year. And of course I would take you with me. At the end of this video, I'll link my little Austin, Texas trip. And whilst I was there, I went to look at some show homes because I just love it. It's just one of the things I like to do. And I came across these 3D printed homes. They have to be seen to be believed. They're so different. And I just wonder if that's going to be the way forward, trying to build homes, because it's got to be quicker to do it with a 3D printer. Plus, I would imagine it's cheaper. Why is this thing not turning? Oh, there we go. Dab if I press the right button, wouldn't it? This is my 1960s look. I wonder, did I achieve it? It took a long time. It took longer than what I normally take to do my own makeup. And this here would drive me nuts. I'd be sweeping it on my face all the time. There we go, 1960s. Now, I did want to mention that we do plan our videos weeks in advance just to help us organise ourselves. But if there is a particular video or challenge you would like us to do, please drop it in the comment box. Or if there's a certain collaboration you would like us to do, drop it in the comment box and we will try to fit in everything that you suggest. Now, please go over to Tina, Maria and Becky's videos. Becky is our special guest. Their channels are linked in my description box. Just tap on them, it'll go straight to their video and see what they've done this week. I want to say a massive thank you for watching and supporting our channels. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in a few days. Bye!